she dumped the ashtray into her boss's coffee. A stranger gave her $2 million as a tip. The woman thought the man was joking, but the man said with a straight face that he'd won $4 million. It turned out that just the day before, when the man went to pay his bill, he realized he'd forgotten his wallet. The waitress said angrily, "Just because you're a cop doesn't mean you can eat for free." The man pulled out a lottery ticket he'd just bought and said if he won, he'd split it with her 50-50. If he didn't win, he'd pay double for his meal. But the waitress didn't take him seriously. However, when the drawing happened that night, the man actually won $4 million. After the initial excitement, the man faced a tough choice. Should he really give $2 million to a complete stranger? He told his wife about it. But when his wife heard the news, she flew into a rage because she knew her husband was a pushover. This kind-hearted man had always been quietly helping others. At work, he was brave and responsible, never backing down when facing criminals. After work, he'd teach kids at the orphanage how to play ball. When he saw a blind person trying to cross the street, he'd actually carry them across. He'd even help deliver babies when he came across women in labor. Despite his meager salary, he'd still donate part of it to charity. His wife, however, was the complete opposite. She thought her husband's selfless acts were foolish and frequently visited upscale venues, enjoying luxury shopping. The next day, the man reluctantly followed his wife's advice. He prepared $100 and a gift for the waitress. But when he entered the restaurant, the woman beat him to it and apologized, saying she'd been in a bad mood and had a terrible day yesterday, which was why she'd been so rude. She was actually in a tough spot herself. Her ex-husband had maxed out her credit cards, leaving her without even enough money for divorce proceedings. She'd then rushed to the restaurant and got her pay docked for being late. Seeing this, the man couldn't bring himself to deceive this optimistic, positive girl, so he let the woman choose for herself, half the lottery winnings or double the meal cost. The kind-hearted woman didn't want to take advantage and decisively chose the former. When the man told her she'd be getting $2 million, the woman thought he was pulling her leg. But hearing his continued explanations and seeing how serious he was, she finally believed it was real. The woman screamed with excitement and then hugged everyone in the place. But when his wife found out, she angrily said her husband should be committed to a mental institution. The man tried to comfort his wife, saying, "This story would definitely make the newspapers and cause a national sensation. Everyone would praise his wife, calling her a generous and kind woman." Sure enough, on the day they claimed the prize, many reporters showed up. They'd all come because of the man's astronomical tip. His wife gave an interview on camera, claiming it was her idea to honor the promise. The man standing beside her just smiled. "If you were this man, what would you have done?"